So coupler's back in there. Everything should be tight. You might want to look out though, Yanko. Look out. You don't want to be underneath it. Yeah. Two-person job, but we out here.
I also own a farm.
Here we go.
You're now watching the 2024 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. So, the 2755 has been sitting down at the end of the driveway since we blew the hydraulic coupler. And we got a new one fresh in from Deere. So we're gonna go put that back together, hopefully. I believe it's a pain, especially with the loader frame. So I'm gonna grab some tools and we'll go down there and see what we can make happen. Okay, so what we got to do, you can see the couplers right there, the old one. We got to take this panel off so we can get into that and actually see what we're doing. So I believe it's got, oh, it does go through that one. Ooh. Alrighty, yeah, loader frame is going to be a pain. Okay, so this actually came apart halfway decent. I figured everything. We'll see how much fights us when stuff hasn't been apart in a while. But this tractor is clean, so I'm hoping that makes up for stuff coming apart. So previously I did mess around with the 2950, so pretty much similar concept, just a smaller size of it. So I got some idea of how it goes. I forgot a hammer and a pry bar. Definitely gonna need those. Should have brought the set of ratcheting wrenches too. There we go. So you can see there's some of it, and it blew right apart. So what I got to do, there's 4 bolts that hold that left side coupler on, and we have to take the 4 bolts out, spin it, put it in there, and well, yeah, it spins around because it sets in, so there's like a spacer, and then this other one will go into it. So I'm thinking a long extension with a swivel socket, come in right from here, be able to zing it off. You can get them from the bottom. So I'm just gonna go grab those. There we have it. Oh, I popped it off because I wasn't paying attention, but long extension going all the way under. Let's see if it there right there. I think dang, might have to turn it a little bit. So that was not working. Had to go for the bigger gun too. Still wasn't working. Took the shield off the other side, finally got one to come loose. It's probably been 40 minutes. Also noticed that the AC belt is twisted in there. Granted, the AC does not work in here right now. That is a winter project, but I got one loose out of the 4. Not doing so good. Got pretty much half the toolbox down here, and still our options are limited. And I know, yeah, I've tried pretty much everything, coming from the bottom, coming from the top. It's just they're extremely tight on there, which is making it very challenging. So I got one rounded bolt on it, and the more we mess around, the more I think we have a pump issue, because it is that shaft will go up and down, and we can slide it in and out, and we shouldn't be able to do that right now. I don't think we have a pump issue. We definitely have a broken The shaft's broken. One bolt's out of it. And then this side here, it's broken. I can wiggle it. Huh. Okay. This is getting better and better. I can see that it's cracked right through. Okay. Okay, so the coupler failed because this piece is broke off on the shaft itself, and that's not a new break. I think it finished itself off, but yeah. So it was able to move back and forth, and then it killed itself as far as the actual plastic coupler. So we are not getting this back together today, but hopefully I should get it apart. I should have torn to this the other day, but with the rain, I did not feel like messing around with it outside here. Too bad I didn't bring it right up to the shop. It could run, it just can't steer. Bucket can't go up, so it's pretty much dead in the water, but that makes more sense. I was kind of thinking that maybe the pump was bad and it killed it, but the pump spins. It spins. It honestly spins. Well, it wasn't horribly rounded, just two of the corners, and I couldn't get it started. We got it now. It took some finesse. Yeah, cut my hand. But, alrighty. So, it should. We're gonna have to pry that. You guys probably got a great angle there. There we go. So, we gotta get a new shaft piece for it. I see the part number comes up as a different design. Makes sense. That shaft is anywhere from $44 used to $250 new. Come on. Oh, I left the bolt in. That's why it's fighting me. Yeah, that's been broken for a while. So, there's the part number on it. Alrighty, clean my mess up. Well, clean the tools up. And we'll have to get one of these. Yeah, that definitely was our problem there. So that failed, which then made it wobble around too much, which then killed the cushion. It absolutely poured here for like 20 minutes. Cows are out doing good. Garden has become a mess. Rained 1/10 of an inch. Garden has become a mess. I don't even care any longer. I'm gonna pick some onions. Yeah, we got stuff to pick. We got peppers and things like that. But I'm gonna go grocery shopping. It is Sunday, so we're gonna go grocery shopping quick. But we'll swing through, look at some corn that we haven't looked at in weeks, just to see where we're at. If we feel comfortable or if not. Everything is tasseled out. Like I've said before, we're 3 weeks ahead on growing season for stuff that was planted just about the same as last year. So growing degree weather is the biggest difference. So we came over here. I figured I'd just look at the corn. I don't know if GoPro is gonna pick it up, but you can see there's 3 rows and then it changes the color of the tassel. And over here it's 2 passes and then it changes. So one of the seed boxes had a different variety in it or something like that. I don't know as we emptied out or if I ran out of a bag and we just filled it. But yeah, this is the stuff that got top dressed. And there's some spots that are missing stuff, but yeah, we're building ears. So it's looking pretty good. Not as good as I was hoping, but it is looking pretty good. The outside rows didn't get hit hard enough. So I know Borderland Farms talked about how he has best yields on the outside rows because more sunlight. Here, compaction, fertilizer doesn't get all the way up to the edge, stuff like that. So it is nuts how I don't know if I can show yet. So here's the color. It's red. I don't know if the GoPro's gonna pick it up. It's like a red. And then here's the other variety next to it, and it's yellow. So I don't know how that ended up that way, but it did. This stuff's kicking. It's doing its thing. So I take it this is, I forget what I planted in some spots. I gotta look back. That stuff over there is way further along than over here. It is growing ear. It is putting ears on, but. So let's see. I said 2 passes and it changes color. What's the difference look like? Are we still in the same? You can see where I turn the sprayer or something. No, we're indifferent here. So ears are looking better on this variety here than on this variety here. See how they're much smaller? Then you come over here and it's got quite a bit more ear to it. So interesting. This corn does look good. But alrighty, I'm gonna go grocery shopping. I'll catch you guys on the next one, or we'll put it all together. I don't even know. We might have that shaft a lot closer than we think, so we'll see how it goes. Alrighty, we're back working on the 2755. We got a haircut, we got trimmed up, shaved up. I know some people don't like it, some people do. It doesn't really matter to me how you feel about my face, because yeah, it's my face. But we had the connector shaft broken off, and I believe it was Parts Express. I always forget when I open this up. Yeah, Tyler. Ooh, this has got stapled. That's not good. The Gerber is making it happen. Stab myself with a staple. It is supposed to rain, so I probably will mow the yard. That way it's good for the week. Ooh-wee. Are they the same? Because there's like 3 different models that are that is definitely the same. That is pretty close. This is a reproduction one, so the groove, it's about the same, but this one's not broken. If you remember, well, you've watched the video, we rolled a couple days into the same video, well, 2 days, but we had to wait for this part to show up. So the one thing that we don't have that we need, and I should have ordered it, well, I didn't even think about it. Bolts. We have some rounded bolts that are not good. Ooh. Somebody else is mowing their yard. I do not know. Yeah. So we need 4 of these because we were actually missing one. And I don't remember if they're the same going the other way. We're gonna find out. But our biggest issue we had, you see right here, it's like indented. Getting on there to actually take those bolts off is why they got rounded. The one was rounded from before. If you see here, it's all one flat piece, so you can get at it at multiple angles to get it off. But alrighty, that's a win. We'll make sure we got the other bolt. I'm gonna mow the yard quickly, hopefully quickly, before the rain. We gotta run, we're just gonna run, those are fine thread bolts, right? Maybe they're not. Let me find out. Maybe we have these. That would be slick. Okay. Spider. Walk through a spider web. So we're gonna have to make some room in here because we're probably gonna load some hay in here. But 112. Yeah. We still need. Why are you guys upside down? We're gonna have to flip you guys. I believe it's metric because this tractor was built in. No, it's not. Huh. Interesting. Alrighty. Is it enough threads though? We're gonna have to get a new GoPro. The front screen's all messed up. The back screen's all messed up. Oh, we got enough threads. Especially once... Okay, so we might be good. It is warm in here. I'm opening these doors. Okay, for some reason I thought they were metric or fine thread or something, but they're not. They slide right in. So, there we go. But like I said, it's supposed to rain, and I'd rather have the lawn mowed because it's supposed to rain for like the next 2 days, and then we should have enough good weather and enough time, hopefully, if the weatherman didn't lie to us completely, to maybe get the hay off for second cutting. But we got a lot of projects in between for sure, and we got to stay focused. Our mind has been elsewhere for the last few months, and yeah, we just got to keep doing our thing. You guys are shaking all around on here. We got to keep doing our thing. Harvest is going to be here. Focus on making sure we're ready for that. We do have render stocks. I'm very excited for that. We'll probably do a daily video of that, if not multiple. But we'll get a little bit ahead. Oh yeah, that's what we needed. That's a win. All right, let me mow the yard. 112. I did mow with. I'll drop a video I think in here. I filmed it on my phone. Colburn's 110. We were mowing side by side. The same one that he picked up, or the gentleman from the same gentleman that I picked this up, he picked a 110 round fender and mows pretty good too. Wrapping up this little bit here, we'll just hit a few passes on the other side, and we will be good. Probably throw the 27 back together. Yeah, the 112 doing its thing. Heavy crop. Heavy crop. Looks good. You guys fell off. Hopefully no damage, but yeah, little weed whacker action, will be good to go. We're gonna jump on the pickup, go down, and let's get the 2755 moved. It's been looking homeless sitting down there. We do have to round up the driveway a little bit, square it back up, make it look good. And this week's project, so it is Sunday. I've honestly took some time off from filming. It's just been stressful. Some stuff's going on in my life, and I'm beat down, wore out. So we've been doing some stuff, but we haven't been filming. Corn is jumping. I'm hoping the next few weeks we really see where we're gonna be. Yeah, I'm very excited for if it will fill out. It should fill out all the way, but we'll see with weather. So box trailer has to get emptied completely. Probably tomorrow morning we'll back it up and we'll empty it out in the shop, and then we can start cleaning up the rest of the stuff. That gravity wagon I think is going somewhere. We got to get some things figured out. Probably got to get the chopper pulled out and swap it to grass, but we got to see what the weather is too. Our seating, I'm gonna go to town later. I want to get something for myself to better my life and better the house, so I'll probably show you the seating, but we will jump in the pickup. Everything's in here, back down there, and get it. I'll get Yanko. Yanko, where you at? Hey buddy. He doesn't like the lawnmower. You used to ride on the lawnmower. Is that one louder? Back when we lived with Trav and we mowed like 8-acre yard that we had. It's nuts. Trav still mows that. You guys never knew Trav because that was before YouTube life. It's been 5 years last week that we've been doing YouTube. It's wild. You guys have been an awesome family. You gonna help me? So previously we split it apart. It fought us because of, well, we had rounded bolts. It was pain. Stuff was broken. we should have everything. We're gonna have to flip some stuff up, but here is our new assembly. We're gonna have to take these bolts out. Little new shaft. We're using the old coupler. Is it pillow bushing housing or something? Is that what that's considered? It's like a service truck in here. Actually, we might have a new service whip for us. It's not new. It's not pretty. It's not even good. But it's something. So, alright. So we'll take these bolts back out, slide it together. Hopefully that was it. The other day it took us a while. I honestly had zero ambition, and some people have picked up that I'm a little off. It's life. I will say, having a therapist, and this isn't a sponsored video at all, having somebody to actual professional it's helped. I've struggled through some things, but overall it's helped. Alrighty, so you got to slide the shaft on, and then once that's on, this goes down between it, and then you turn it and line it up, so you got enough room to slide it past and get the cushion like this. There we go. Nice and tight, the way it should. In there. And this is a common issue on these. So I'm hoping that's our only problem. We do have a little bit of a hydraulic leak still. It's not coming from the pump, I do not believe. There's an overflow, the breather hose or whatnot. I think that's our biggest issue. So I took all the bolts out. I think that's going to help me. It might help me, it might not. But if we slide this right through, there's really not much of a good angle for you guys to see. I'm just gonna have to feel around. These are not that much fun, and everybody I know who's a mechanic said, oh yeah, those aren't that fun. I'm like, I know, I absolutely know. I also have a clip here that always bites into the back of my shirt. There we go. I'm pulling it up like that. I forget if I got to take that other one out. There's Allen wrenches that hold that on. I almost believe I do. Because then that gives me enough room to slide it together. Car's driving backwards up the road right now. What did they just pick up? They opened the door and reached down. Oh, it's my neighbor. They're the second house down. Look at that rig. Light bar and everything. So, I believe I gotta take this other one off, which there's Allen bolts that hold that in. So, I'm gonna grab, because it just doesn't have enough length. You know, or there's not enough length to get it in. You know, that's not a recurring issue usually. Okay, they came out a lot easier. We gotta remember Loctite those. But now, there we go. So that ends out. So how this works, and that actually looks pretty good. A lot of hydraulic motors, there's splines between them. When I worked for Deere Valve, all the robots had this little coupler. It was such a pain. But when they blow apart, they destroy everything. So they're better to change the plastic. We got lucky that this blew apart, and the reason it blew apart was because the shaft was junk. So now we can put the shaft in. If the shaft wasn't junk and blew apart, it would have just grenaded all of this. I think there's enough slop, or it would shatter it, probably to the point where we'd have to mess around with other stuff. But I'm gonna put the bolts in. I think I got enough room to send them in with the bolts Not tight, but in. That way it's easier to get them going. Okay, so I was able to slide the shaft in. We had to split it apart a little bit, just wedge it. But as you see, it is back in. This could use a bath. The good part about all this, once it's all back together, it will be a lot easier once we do change that belt on it. We got a long way to go before we figure out the AC, but that will be take the loader frame off, pop everything apart. What we're gonna do now, slide this back. We're gonna go get Loctite first. Forgot about that. Loctite those bolts. The other one's got lock washers on them, because if this vibrates off, which is sitting on the front of a crank, it can vibrate off. It could vibrate out as far as those. So we'll get some Loctite, throw it up quickly, put the other piece in, and then it's 4 bolts slide together and the 4 bolts tightened up inside there. I don't know if I can actually get this in from down here. Let's see. So 4 bolts. We're gonna Loctite them, get them started. I don't know if you guys got any good angle there or not. I do here. The Mini went to both Aaron's to help him fix his driveway with the millings, and Larry asked about borrowing it to do something at his place, and he's bringing it back right now. He's right down the road. I wasn't using it. I said, yeah, because he's an operator, and he's like, pretty good machine once you figure it all out. He goes, it works as it should. All right, come on. All right, we got one started. See if we can get another one. We're using the blue stuff, so not super strength, but probably gonna have to turn it around, or because the shaft gets in the way. Come on. So that's the difference between an operator and just a guy that holds a steering wheel and a camera. Larry can operate machinery. Isaiah can operate, well, they both can operate construction machinery. It's been a long time since I've really run an excavator for a long time, but them guys, between the loaders and excavators and bobcats, that's what they do day in and day out. And Isaiah, you know, he chops a little bit, runs the merger. But Larry's leveling that out for me around there. So appreciate Eklund's making that happen. I think we got a few more days left on the demo, and once we get this going tomorrow and the next few days, we got to wrap up our projects and get things done. There was a purchase. Somebody purchased something somewhere. I don't know if we'll see it or not. Hell yeah, Larry. And somebody did say, I can't believe you put all that wet fill underneath where he is. Hey, oh, the birds. Underneath where he is all concrete. The stuff that we got turned into for asbestos, which didn't have asbestos, which DC was okay with. And clearly DC's been here. We've talked to them about everything. So I'm just saying. Hey, bud, that is not the best spot for you to sit. Yeah, I gotta throw this in here now, and if I drop something, you're gonna be laying underneath it, and then you're gonna be mad at me. You want to get out from underneath? Okay, come on out. And this isn't a chew toy. So we got it back in. Got your 4 bolts in, and there's plenty of space to slide this in and over as well. Supposedly there's plenty of room. So this tractor is a German tractor. There we go. So now it's somewhat in. Go push on the other side, probably take the pry bar. But now you can rotate it around, line that up. It'll be right against it. Slide it back as far as possible. 4 bolts. We got a 1/4 inch. These are the 4 that go into it. So I don't know how I'm gonna actually probably turn the pump, but not. Oh yeah, the bottom's right there. So if we grab onto the pump, we turn it. We can put 2 in, then we can turn it the rest of the way, then we can tighten everything. All right, I give him a lot of credit. He's making it look real good. We still got some more material to put here and over there. The roadway's much better. We'll probably put some stakes or something, but at the same point, if we come down the hill, the head's 20 foot wide when we roll across it. Combine's only about 16, so roadway is much better for that. Trucks are gonna be better. Now that material is dried out, we can start building that up higher with actual driving material. So millings or stone or something like that. Should have just had Larry do it all, and I could have just filmed it for you guys. So there's not much of a good angle, but there we go. This could go back a little bit. So once we get it on, we'll tighten the bolts in the front. Come on. Get the dirt in my eyes. Should have wore glasses, I know. We're getting better at safety. I think I got glasses in the truck, actually. I got my sunglasses, I know. And this should be about the perfect length bolt. I need 2 hands. Larry's literally killing it here. Like sloping it and everything. I figured we gotta come down and get some video. I said I'm just a... I said I'm just a steering wheel holder and not an actual operator. I can't do this. We'll get some pictures for the boys. Looks really good. We got some sticks and stuff like that, but this stuff has dried out. Unbelievable. So Larry has a huge pile of it too. Went over the bank. Like, yeah, we got some material to pull out. This was all ditch digging that the county or the town dropped off. So it grows grass like anything. I probably should just seed it down, come down with the chainsaw, cut some of this stuff. Hell of a good job. Trying to get him a good shot for the guys that helped make this happen. Larry's gonna get that project done long before I'm gonna be done with this, which is kind of wild. It's a pain. Oh my God, it is Robert! Look behind you! The guy from the dead. We don't know what Robert's really doing with life. He's working for the town. He was working for the town. I hope Larry realized that he's there. He hasn't realized yet. He hasn't realized yet. Now he's realized, but he was far enough away. Holy smokes. Maybe Robert's coming back to give us his application. He's a walking freezer guy now. And Yanko's got a big stick. What are you doing? What are you doing?
You're done?
No, what are you doing?
I gotta take the...
YouTube wants to know where you have been. People thought you died.
Really?
Yeah, you're on film right now. People thought you died.
I did not die.
They were like, where's Robert? And I was like, there he goes in the Gradle.
I gotta take the refrigerator to the scrap bin.
So what scrap bin?
At the town barn.
There's a scrap bin?
Yeah.
Dude, scrap it. That's the big money. Load the flatbed up and make some money. You can pile it on the roof. I've seen the scrappers roll through Cobleskill.
Yeah. I'm not one of them.
No, you're not.
What do you gotta push that? That looks good.
Larry's a hell of an operator compared to just a farmer. I told him that. I said, I'm a farmer steering wheel holder and you're an operator, bud. It's amazing how 8 bolts can really slow down your day. So we got all 4 that go into the shaft good. The coupler all good in between it. Hammered it back. Got 2 of the shaft holding on to the actual pump shaft, and we got to rotate it around so we can get the other 2. Yeah, this 1/4 inch is saving my life. At first we were trying with the bigger stuff, and once we broke it free, using a 1/4 was the big thing. Yeah, Larry and Robert are, you know, hanging out down there. So Larry, because everybody's always asked what's the deal with everybody in the world. Larry lives over the hill. Larry, when I was in college, Larry worked for the farm up the road from the college, and well, it's Kyle's father, Kyle's Waste Management. So Larry worked up there. Larry works for the union, helps out farming, does a bunch of other stuff, and yeah, Robert's been he's been busy. That's what he's been doing, working for the town, riding motorcycles. He started a biker gang. I'm just kidding. He does have a biker gang. I forget what it is. I should hauled right in the bottom. Seward or no, it's Richmondville Riders or something like that. We'll find out. He'll watch because I told him that one, but that was a while back. But alrighty, I gotta spin this 2 more. We're gonna leave the covers off for a little bit, since we're probably gonna mess with some other stuff. We're gonna leave covers off for a little bit, make sure everything's good and we don't have a pump failure, and then we just got to take everything back apart. Plus we got to figure out lights. We got some work to do in the shop. The beginning of this week is supposed to rain, I think. Honestly, it was supposed to rain today and it has not. So coupler's back in there, everything should be tight. You might want to look out though, Yanko. Look out, you don't want to be underneath it. Yeah. 2-person job, but we out here. It was gonna make noise at the beginning because it's got no hydraulics. It looks good. Looks very good, actually. It's got a noise, but I think it's getting off. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna move the truck up. We're gonna drive this up in front of the shop. That way, if it blows apart in between now and there, at least we're closer to the shop and we could just pull it right in and get some things off. But, alrighty. I got all the tools on the back, so we're gonna move that up. Then we'll unload everything. Oh, frustrating stuff. Sounds better. It might be a little low on hydraulic oil, but it sounds a lot better than it did. It does not sound very good. I'm hoping it's got steering and everything. I'm hoping we're just low on hydraulic oil. And it's got to work through itself because it shut off. We spun it backwards, forward. I'm hoping it doesn't blow right apart. Also, that blue light or medium grade Loctite stinks. I'm hoping it just needs time. Does not sound good. I don't know if it's actually the coupler or the pump. It doesn't sound like the pump. I think the fan's got an issue from where it blew through. We really got to get some loader stops for this. But, so I cut the AC belt off. That was spun around. Ready? So what is that hitting up in here? I don't know where it's... I think that's it. It's got to be this is off a little bit or something moved. Yeah. Okay. I could loosen the alternator, but that's clearly. I don't know what moved. Maybe us prying on this bottom bolt messed some things up. Or something did hit the fan and bent something. Alrighty, I had enough of this for today. I'm frustrated with that fan, but that is what is making the noise now. So something must have come up and nicked one of the blades, or so we might have to take the shroud back. And I don't know how it comes out after that. But we'll have to look at it. But 27's back moving a little bit. I don't know when this happened. This does not look fresh, but it's pretty fresh. We'll go on the other side. We got to get some... I just saw my windshield was cracked on my pickup. That's pretty aggressive right there. So that blade came up. They got some wiggle to them. This was our $200 mower that has lasted us 2 months. So $100 a month for a mower. If Deere will rent me one for that price, I will sign on that dotted line. Nice 15-foot. Hell, I'd go 150 or 200 a month for a good mower like that. But this thing's been this thing has done what I needed it to do. And it was kind of one of those things where it was a joke and I said, yeah, I'll come grab it. Made you guys watch along, and it fits the 27 right, but fans hitting. We got hydraulics back. Level was good. We got to do some work on this, and it's gonna just keep working for us. So appreciate you guys. I'm gonna put some tools away, and maybe I'll show you what I get for myself. It's been a long few days. Long few days, but we got to weed whack the yard. Maybe we'll do that later as something happens. Okay, so we went shopping for like a few things. Ooh, grocery shopping was a big priority. The fact that we got rid of plastic bags still really bothers me, because paper bags are absolutely trash. I get the recyclability of it, but at the end of the day, the reason we got away from paper was to save the environment. Okay, we gotta get rid of this table, but we bought a Blackstone griddle. We're probably gonna do cooking with Duffy Ag now, after hours channel. I did not realize how heavy those were. I got to get rid of this table. It broke. It literally shattered one night. So once I get that out, we'll throw that in the dumpster. Yanko's like, can you open the door? I honestly can't. It's locked. We got to go around front. But there has been 2 places in my life that I have literally had amazing views out my back porch. New Zealand. I lived 5 miles from the ocean and 5 miles from the mountain. I don't even think it was 5 miles from the mountain. I'll see if I can find a good picture. We'll drop it down here. And that was God's country, in one of the farm's houses. Not when I lived in the pub, which a pub over there is like a truck stop, bar, food. I lived at the pub for 3 months, and then I lived at the farmhouse, one of the farmhouses, for 4. And it was God's country. So if I can drop a picture here, I'd go mixing feed. I'd come back, cook lunch, sit on the porch, well, sit on the back steps, I guess it was. I had 2 Swedish housemates. I talked to one of them still. I don't know where the other one is. I think the other one still follows along, but the one's a vet in Sweden, which I guess if you're Swedish, I think you finished vet school. This would have been 10 years ago. So I think you finished vet school. To be a vet in Sweden at that time, 10 years ago, they picked the top 150 people in the country to be a vet. And she was engaged. Her fiance at that time, I think she was engaged or in a committed relationship. He was one of the biggest crop farmers. So very impressive person. The Swedish people that I've ever met in my life have always been very impressive. So Deal Valve, who I used to work for, that was Swedish. But this view right here, I do not enjoy it enough. And right now we got clouds, and it was raining for a quick minute. We got the pickup packed up here. Gotta still weed whack, string trim around things, but honestly, I have one of the best views. And I don't know if this will ever happen. My neighbor over there, and I've heard some talk about other property around, so I hate sharing what I want for the future, but I would love to have a grain site over there so no trucks come up this way, even though we're building this truckway up, but keep all the truck traffic during harvest away at my neighbor's. There was a gorgeous house. It's total tear down. I think everything over there is a tear down. Someday, but I don't know if that will ever happen. I don't think our funds will work, and I know the farmer who's running it right now, he watches along, so gotta be careful. That's why we don't share the acreage that we run and who and where we're at. So we picked up more ground, and I did not share a lot of it because of that. I don't even know if you guys know what I'm looking at. So this is home repairs with Duffy. When we had wind last year, it blew this all off. Granted, we don't come out the back very much. As you see, we got our propane tank. Propane does one of the stoves. And that's it. Everything else is fuel. So, fuel or electric. Oh, it's Alright, I'm done touching it for right now because it's pushing that out. But we need to hold that. We might need a hand, to be honest. Actually, because if you leave this, it bends back in because the door is not tied. I just got a fixer up house. It's actually a pretty good house. I love this house, to be honest. We got to pressure wash the siding, and we need to fix stuff like this, right? We did go in and I did feed. Hold on. You got 2 meals today. 2 meals this evening. Can you hold the door at least? Actually. So you can't do tax exempt on a Blackstone at Tractor Supply. I told her it was to feed, it's a shop supply. I said it's going to be in the shop for breakfast and lunch. Got to feed the employees. And Isaiah agreed with me. He laughed. He chuckled. And as I told him, I said the lady was all about it. But when she put it in as tax exempt, it came back as that. I don't know. How heavy is this thing? 146 pounds. No wonder I've struggled at picking it up. Nico, you don't even have any thumbs. Oh, we were hooked on the... I'm almost wondering if I probably shouldn't even try get it through the doorway, the window. We're gonna wait for Robert. He said he's coming. I'm feeling strong. I don't think that's very good though, but I'm trying. I kind of want to just cook. I gotta get it ready. You gotta season it. Oh. It says easy assembly. It just doesn't tell you how freaking heavy it is. Well, it does tell you, but... Oh, there we go. All right. Maybe we'll get healthier. 146 pounds is... That's a lot of weight no matter who you are. Well, and there we messed around a little bit, showed you some of the behind the scenes of our life and stuff like that. I don't know, we might keep doing some of that little stuff. We are going to renter stock next week. I figure I'll show you guys some of the shenanigans of the trip and the guys and stuff like that because it is interactive. It's fun. Yeah, this is a vlog of my life. It's a farming vlog, but all this other stuff, farmers all do the same stuff pretty much. Yeah, we're back in our mojo. We've had some things going on in our life. I do not know who this is. Well, appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.